one of the interesting proposals that you've laid out in Project 2025 handbook from Heritage is stuff around the Sabbath. What are some of the ideas that you have there?
Yes, it sounds controversial. In many respects, it is a return to something that basically always everyone ever had. And it's specifically the idea of encouraging Sabbath rest through discouraging commerce on the Sabbath. The proposal that's in our book is amending the basic federal overtime law, Fair Labor Standards Act, to require that overtime be paid for all work done on the Sabbath.
When should states use this power to check corporate power? This is where prudential judgment has to come in. I don't have bright line rules to give you here, but I want to lay out some guideposts, some categories of state actions that are likelier to be prudent applications of state power to balance corporate power. And another one in the collective action space that I'm fond of, call it the Chick-fil-A rule, would be to revive Sunday closing laws and carve out a space under which commerce does not intrude. Very well settled that this is within a state's authority to do. And I would add, with accommodation, should be included for Saturday Sabbatarians as well.
Rules around keeping the Sabbath holy. Right? What are the big picture? How do we sell America on this vision of labor is good and sacred, and
yes,
and also then what are you on day one taking to the new Secretary of Labor?
Something I really encourage. I don't see a big. It's harder to see a big federal role for this. I think this is more a question of state and local law. Is reinvigorating where possible Sabbath rest laws. To be very specific, like it used to. This was basically the norm. As best I've looked into this some, working on some research on this, literally dating back to Constantine and his recognition of Christianity in the Roman Empire, that you've had a pretty consistent tradition in Western civilization of taking Sunday off from commerce and having a time. Not only it's not merely from rest in the sense of abstinence from work, but it's rest for. It's rest for time with God, time worshiping God. It's rest for time with community, and even in between is time with family.